Here's a truth no one wants to admit. Big Pharma makes more money when you stay sick than when you get well. I know that sounds harsh, but after 15 years as a nurse and as someone who was diagnosed with diabetes myself, I've seen this system from both sides. In the hospital, I've watched patients cycle in and out while prescriptions are stacked higher and higher. And in my own life, I saw how quick the system was to hand me a lifetime of meds instead of real solutions. I make these videos to change the way you think about diabetes because much of what you've been told is wrong. But this is not medical advice. Educate yourself and consult your doctor. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how drug companies keep people trapped, the strategies they use to keep a customer for life, and most importantly, what you can do instead to finally take back control of your health. By the way, if you're ready for a simple place to start, I put together a free guide called 6 Steps to Reverse Diabetes Naturally. It'll walk you through exactly what to eat, how to move, and the daily habits that actually lower blood sugar. I placed it in the link below. Have you ever noticed how every time you go to the doctor, it feels like you leave with another prescription, but never with a plan to actually get better? That's the trap most patients get stuck in, and I've seen it for years in the hospital. Here's how it usually plays out. You come in with high blood sugar, maybe high blood pressure too. The doctor prescribes one pill. First, it seems to help. Then 6 months later, your numbers are still creeping up. So they add a second pill, then a third, eventually insulin. Before you know it, your bathroom cabinet looks like a mini pharmacy. Why does it happen this way? Because the system makes more money treating symptoms than it does curing root problems. It's like patching a leaky roof with duct tape. You keep buying more tape, but the hole's never fixed. And the companies selling tape, they love it because the leaks keep coming back. The truth is this: the healthcare system isn't built to help you reverse diabetes. It's built to help you manage it for life. Because management means lifelong customers, and lifelong customers means steady profits. Now, some people call that a conspiracy. I don't know if every person in the system is sitting in a back room plotting, but I do know this: the way things are set up, profit naturally wins out over health. You don't have to believe in a conspiracy to see the outcome. Actions speak louder than perceived intentions. And that leads to the real question: how do they actually keep people stuck in this cycle? What are the strategies and systems that make sure patients stay customers for life? Well, once you see those mechanics, it's hard to unsee them. So let me break it down. How do drug companies actually keep people stuck? They focus on treating symptoms instead of root causes. High blood sugar? Here's a pill. High cholesterol? Here's another pill. Side effects from those meds? Don't worry, we've got something for that too. It's like putting a Band-Aid over an infection. You cover it up, but if you don't treat the source, it keeps spreading, and you keep needing more and more bandages. This isn't random. It follows a pattern. And here's the playbook: confusing guidelines. Guidelines that change every few years, leaving patients unsure of what's really best for them. Industry-funded studies that highlight the benefits but minimize the risks. Research that never gets published, because if the results don't support the product, they're quietly put on the shelf. Billions in advertising aimed at both doctors and patients, reinforcing the idea that prescriptions are the only answer. The result? Patients stay in management mode, cycling through prescriptions, while the root cause of their diabetes goes untouched. And to be clear, most doctors aren't malicious. They're trained in a system where medication is the default. But when the system is built around symptom management, the deeper solution rarely makes it to the exam room. But here's the good news: you don't have to stay stuck in that system, because there's another way, one that addresses the real drivers of diabetes and puts you back in control. So what can you do instead so that you're not trapped in that system? Well, number one, you start by addressing the root causes of type 2 diabetes: insulin resistance, excess processed carbs, and lifestyle habits that produce elevated blood sugar. Now, here's the encouraging part: when you lower these pressures on your body, it often responds very quickly. I've seen patients improve their blood sugar in a matter of weeks, not because of another prescription, but because they changed what was driving the problem in the first place. And that means prioritizing real food instead of ultra-processed, diabetic-friendly products. Moving your body daily, not extreme workouts, just consistent activity that helps your cells use the glucose, managing stress and sleep, because hormones play just as big a role as your diet. Every one of these choices puts money back in your pocket and health back in your future. Instead of lining the pockets of an industry that profits when you stay sick. I've lived this personally, and I've watched my clients do the same thing. People who once felt trapped by medication start to see their numbers improve, their energy return, and their weight come down simply by addressing root causes the system ignores. And that's why I created resources outside of this system to give you a clear, simple starting point. Now, if you want practical steps that work, I put together a free guide called The 6 Steps to Reversing Diabetes Naturally. It walks you through what to eat, how to move, and the daily habits that actually lower your blood sugar. You can grab it for free in the link below in the description. Now, if you're wondering what else they're not telling you, you'll want to see my next video, The Ugly Side Effects of Ozempic No One is Talking About. I'll see you there.